Good morning, guys. So we understood the details about this Angular workshop. Now let's get started with the first module. So we are going to start with module one. Module one. First, what is web application? Can anyone tell me what is a web application? Can anyone respond in the chat box? What is a web application, guys? What is a web application? The applications which we are accessing with the help of internet. Applications which runs over the internet is called as web application. The applications which are running in internet are called as web applications. Are called as web applications. All right. Web applications can be divided into two types, guys. Now, there are so many web applications are available. Gmail is one web application. IRCTC is one web application. Flipkart is one web application. Amazon is having one web application. Naukri is one web application. LinkedIn, etc. There are so many web applications are available. Those web applications are running in the internet. Web applications are meant for customer to business communication. Why we are developing web applications? Web applications are meant for customer to business communication. Web applications are meant for customer to business communication, which is also called as C2B communication. One customer is going to communicate with a business by using this web application. Now, suppose you want to purchase a mobile in the Flipkart. You will use Flipkart application and you will purchase a mobile. That means you are a customer for the Flipkart. You are communicating with the Flipkart business by using this web application. That's why we will say web applications are meant for customer to business communication. The applications which are running in internet, which are running in the internet are called as web applications. In our daily life, we are going to use so many web applications. We are using Facebook, we are using IRCTC, Naukri, LinkedIn, Gmail, Google. All these are web applications only. Web applications can be divided into two types, guys. Web applications we can divide into two types. Web applications we can divide into two types. First one is single page applications, and the second one is multi-page applications. Single page applications and multi-page applications. Single page applications are nothing but SPA applications. Multi-page applications nothing but MPA applications. SPA versus MPA. Single page applications and multi-page applications. What is the difference between single page application and multi-page application? Let's try to understand. What is the difference between single page application and multi-page application? Let's try to understand. Here, traditional page life cycle. So now when you are accessing a web application, you will be called as a browser. That web application will be running inside a server. Web application running inside a server, and we are going to access those web applications from the browser. We will be called as a client. We will use a browser. We will send a request to the server www.gmail.com. That means you are going to send a request to the server. Server will process your request and server will send the response back to you as one web page. That means one HTML page will be loaded in the browser. That HTML page is called as a web page. Client sent one request, server processed that request and sent the response to the client. One page is loaded. Then after we got the response, again we are going to send one more request. Then the request will go to server and we are getting another HTML page. This is traditional page life cycle. Simple. First you will open www. First you will open your browser. You will type www.facebook.com. You will send a request to the server. You will send a request to the server. When you send a request to the server, that Facebook login page will open. Then you will enter your email ID and password. You will click on login button. Then the request will go to server. Then it will display the dashboard for you. You are sending a request, server is sending the response. Again, you are sending a request, server is sending the response. Right. This is called traditional page life cycle. Every day, you are going to do the same thing, right? You will open the Gmail, www.gmail.com. You will get the Gmail login page. You will enter your email ID, password, click on login button. One more request will go to server. If your credentials are valid, then it will display inbox page for you. Inbox page for you. Same thing. You will go to Facebook, www.facebook.com in the browser. Request will go to Facebook server. Facebook login page will come as a response. Facebook login page will come as a response. You will enter your credentials in the Facebook login page. You will click on submit button. One more request will go to server. If your credentials are valid, then dashboard page will come for you as a response. Can I say this is traditional page lifecycle? Initial request will go to server. HTML response will come to the client. Client will again send a request to the server. Again, one more HTML page will come to the client. So multiple times your page is going to reload when you go for a web application. Your page is going to reload when you go for web application. Now this is traditional page lifecycle, but here we can divide the web applications into two types. What are the two types of web applications we have? First one is single page application. Second one is multi-page application. Let's understand what is the difference between single page application and multi-page application. SPA versus MPA, SPA versus MPA. SPA stands for single page application, MPA stands for multi-page application. What is the meaning of multi-page application? For every request, server will send a new web page. For every request, server will send a new web page. For every request, page will be reloaded at the client side. Such kind of applications are called as multi-page applications. Are you guys able to understand what is multi-page application? Client is opening a browser, client is sending a request to the server, server sent one web page, HTML page as a response to the client. Again, client sending a request to the server, one more web page will come as a response. That means for every request at the client side, page will be reloaded. For every request, if the page is getting reloaded, such kind of applications are called as multi-page applications. And what is the meaning of single page application? Single page application means when client send a first request, then only web page will be loaded. When a client send a second request, web page will not be reloaded, only data will be rendered dynamically. That means only JSON data will come as a response. JSON data will come as a response. In the multi-page application, for every request, page will be reloaded, whereas in the single page application, page will not be reloaded, only content will be reloaded dynamically. Now, these are two types of web applications. Let's see the examples for single page application and multi-page application. Now, can you guys see my browser now? Can you guys see my browser? I have opened one application called angular.io. Angular.io. Angular.io website providing beautiful documentation about Angular. You can learn the Angular by reading the documentation provided by angular.io. Very beautiful documentation available for Angular in this website, angular.io. What they are saying about this Angular? The modern web developers platform. So this is the latest technique to develop web applications, right? Click on docs. Go to this Angular guys now, angular.io. Can I say my page is loaded? Type angular.io. I opened my browser, I accessed it. Can I say that I sent one request and I got the web page as a response? I have sent one request to the server, angular.io. I got the response. First response, I got it. Click on docs. Now I clicked on the docs. Now introduction, click on the introduction. Introduction to the Angular. Getting started. In the getting started, this is a menu. In this menu, we have some sub items. What is Angular? Now you see here guys, when I click on what is Angular, the page is reloading or only the body content is reloading. The entire page is reloading or only the body is reloading. Can you tell me? What is Angular? Just the page loaded. Click on try it, getting started with Angular, adding navigation, managing data, using forms, deploying an application. Can you see? I'm sending multiple requests to the server. Try it, getting started, some content loaded, adding navigation, again content loaded, managing data, again content loaded, using forms for user input, content loaded, deploying application, content loaded. Page is reloading or only content is reloading? Guys, page is reloading, only content is reloading. Can you guys tell me? I'm sending multiple requests to the server. First I opened Angular. First time I opened Angular, one web page loaded. First time I accessed Angular, one web page loaded. Click on docs. Now documents loaded. Okay, this side menu is available. This side body is available. Getting started. What is Angular? Yes, just content is loaded. Click on setup. Just content is loaded. Try it. Getting started. Adding navigation. Managing data. Using forms for user input. Deploying an application. So for every request, my web page is not reloading, only the content is reloading. This application is called as single page application. Only one page is available for every request. In the same page, content loading dynamically. So can I call this application as a single page application? Can I call this application as a single page application? Yes or no? Okay. Now let's go to another application, guys. www.axisbank.com. Can you go to www.axisbank.com? A net banking site. A net banking site. Can I click on business? When I click on business, only content is loading. The complete page is reloading. See here. Click on about us. Page loaded. Savings account. Page reloaded. Page reloaded. Grab details. Credit card. Page reloading. Make payments. Tax assist. Tax assist. What is happening here? Content is reloading. Our entire page is reloading. Content is reloading in the Axis Bank website. Our complete page is reloading. Complete page is reloading. So this is single page application or this is multi-page application. Axis Bank website is a single page application or it is a multi-page application. Multi-page application. For every request, a new page is loading. Guys, loading the new page is recommended or loading the content is recommended? Loading the new page is recommended or loading the content is recommended? Loading the new page is recommended or loading the content is recommended? Loading the content is recommended so that burden will be less on the server, because when you go for multi-page application, for every request, new page will be loaded. For every request, new page will be loaded. It will increase burden on the server. It will increase burden on the server. If you go for angular.io website, when you click on the menu item, just content is reloading. So that is nothing but single page application and multi-page application. Axisbank.com website is a multi-page application. For every request, your entire page is reloading. Entire page is reloading. When you go to Angular, when you click on any item, only content is loading dynamically. That is the difference between single page application and multi-page application. Now, can you see here? Can you see here? Single page application versus multi-page application. In the multi-page application, first client. Client nothing but user. Server is nothing but the application which is running there. The server nothing but which is having the application deployed. Client means users. Clients are using the browsers to access the application. Client is sending a request to the server. Now server sent one web page as a response. After that, client sending a request once again to the server, one more web page is loaded. For every request, page will be loaded at the client side. That is called multi-page application. When you go for multi-page application, lot of data is exchanging between the client and server, which will increase burden on the server and browser. Burden will be increased on the browser, burden will be increased on the server also, because entire page we are submitting, entire page we are reloading in the multi-page application. Whereas when it comes to single page application, in the single page application, client will send a first request, then server will send a web page. When client send a second request, we are not submitting the entire page here. We are just sending a AJAX request to the server. Whatever the data we want to send, only that data we will send to the server. Server will process that request. Server will send the data in the JSON format. We will update the JSON data at the client side. We no need to reload the entire page when you go for single page application. Are you guys able to understand the difference between what is multi-page application and what is single page application? Are you guys able to understand the difference between what is a single page application and what is multi-page application? Yes. So in our daily life, we are using several web applications. In our daily life, we are using several web applications. Web applications are used for customer to business communication. If one end user want to communicate with our business, then we need a web application. We need a web application. Flipkart is doing e-commerce. People want to purchase a mobile in the Flipkart. People will use the Flipkart website to purchase that mobile. That web application is for customer to business communication. End users will communicate with your business by using your web application. Your web application can be developed in two ways. One is by using single page application approach. Second one is by using multi-page application approach. Single page application means only for first request, web page will be loaded at the client side. From second request onwards, only content will be loaded. Whereas when you go for a multi-page application, for every request, new page will be loaded at the client side. For every request, new page will be loaded at the client side. I hope you got the clarity on what is web application, what is single page web application, what is multi-page web application. Why I am talking about this single page application and multi-page application here? The reason is Angular we are using to develop single page applications. By using Angular, what we are going to develop, guys? By using Angular, we are going to develop single page applications. In order to develop the single page applications by using Angular, internally we will use Ajax. Internally, we are going to use Ajax to load the data dynamically. So Ajax is required. Ajax is also part of our syllabus. In the module 4, I'm going to cover the Ajax as well. In the module 4, I'm going to cover the Ajax as well. Are you clear with my point? Are you clear with my point? Now, let's understand the key differences between single page application and multi-page application. If you go for single page application, outstanding user experience. When you click on that menu, content is reloading. Outstanding user experience will be available when you go for single page application. No page reloads. In the single page applications, pages are not getting reloaded. You click on the button, you just see the content is loaded there. I have shown you example angular.io website. No extra wait time because it is not going to load the entire page. Header, footer, logo, everything. No need to load again and again. First time only your header part, your footer part, your menu part will be loaded in the single page application. No extra wait time, heavy dependency on JavaScript, content is presented in easy way, workable fashion. Now, single page application key features, outstanding user experience. Users feel very happy when they are using single page application. Page reloads will not be available in the single page applications. Extra wait time will not be available. Heavy dependency on the JavaScript. Right. Content is presented in the easy and workable fashion. When you go for multi-page applications, what will happen? Renders new pages from the server on every change request. Whenever you send a request, every time new page will be loaded at the client side. Larger app size compared to application size will be large when you compare with the single page application. As the amount of content increases, so does layers of the UI. So if the content is getting increased, the layers of the UI also getting increased. Ajax helps but makes multi-page application more complicated compared to single page application. In multi-page application also, you can load the content dynamically by using Ajax, but it will make you more complicated development. Development will become more complicated when you go for your Ajax concept in the multi-page application. Now tell me, which one is recommended to develop nowadays? Multi-page application is recommended or single page application is recommended? Multi-page application is recommended or single page application is recommended? Single page application is recommended. Why single page application is recommended, guys? Any reason? Why single page application is recommended? Any reason? Now see here, our application web page is like this. Our application web page is like this. Here we are having header part for our application, and here we are having footer part for our application. Header part will be available, footer part will be available. Here I am having menu, here I am having menu, here I am having body. So like this, we are designing our web pages. Our web page is divided into 4 parts. Top side, header will be available. In the header part, your logo. In the header part, your logo, contact details will be displayed. In the footer part, your address, quick links will be available, policies will be available. All the things will be displayed in the footer. Menu items will be available. Body, this is where the actual data will be available in the body of the web page. Now, when you go for multi-page application, what will happen? When you go for multi-page application, what will happen? Here, your server is available. You send a request, you get the response. Every time header will be loaded, footer will be loaded, menu will be loaded, body will be loaded, logo will be loaded. For every request, entire web page will be loaded. That is going to take more time to load. The performance will be slow when you develop your application with a multi-page concept, because for every request, new page should be loaded. For every request, new page should be loaded. Lot of button will be there on the browser and lot of button will be there on the server also. Now, if you go for single page application, header, footer, menu, logo will load every time, or they will load only one time. When you go for single page application, header, footer, menu will be loaded every time, or they will be loaded only one time. They will be loaded only one time. For every request, what will be loaded in the web page? Just our body data will be loaded for every request. Just our body data will be loaded for every request. Content will be loaded dynamically when you go for single page applications. So that is what we have seen there. That is what we have seen in our browser. That is what we have seen in our browser. Now you see, when you go for Angular application, angular.io, only first time the web page is loaded. Only first time the web page is loaded. Click on docs. Content loaded, body loaded. Header part and footer part is not going to change, guys. Header part, footer part is not going to change. Just click on it, just body. Can you see the URL is changing? Can you see the URL is changing? URL is changing or not? Guys, URL is changing. Observe, URL is changing in the browser. When I click on these menu items, URL is changing or URL is not changing? URL is changing. URL is changing. What is the user experience? Are you feeling beautiful when this content is loading? Do you think that a request is going to server in the backend? Do you think that a request is going to server in the backend, but a user will feel that request is going, or a user will not feel that request is going? User will not feel it. Content is loading dynamically. It is having beautiful user experience. It is having beautiful user experience. Menu, you see, menu is not changing. Menu is not loading because only one time that menu got loaded. One time that menu got loaded. Go to this Axis Bank website, click on personal. When I click on personal, what happened? Page is reloading. You see the browser favcan logo. When I click on priority, page loaded. When I click on NRI, page loaded. When I click on about us, page loaded. Now tell me, which one is having good user experience? Clients will like single page application or multi-page application? Clients will like single page application or multi-page application? Clients will like single page application or multi-page application, guys? Clients are going to like single page applications. Clients are going to like the single page applications. Are you guys clear with my point? Are you guys clear with my point? All right. The applications which are running in the internet are called as web applications. We are using so many web applications in our daily life. Web applications are meant for customer to business communication, C2B communication. Users will communicate with the business using these web applications. Web applications we can divide into two types. One is single page application, another one is multi-page application. In single page application, web page will be loaded for only for first request. In single page application, in SPA, web page will be reloaded. Web page will be reloaded only for first request. Only for first request. From second request onwards, only content will be loaded. Content will be loaded. No page reloads. No page reloads. In multi-page application, for every request, web page will be loaded at client side. Web page will be loaded at client side. Okay, button on server and client. It increases button on browser. It increases button on browser and server. For every request, new page is getting loaded. Note, single page applications will have beautiful user experience. Single page applications will have rich user experience. Rich user experience. Now, what is the example for this single page application I have given? Angular.io website is one of the example for single page application. If you access that website, you can understand how single page application is responding for the requests. When you go for axisbank.com, www.axisbank.com, you can understand how multi-page applications are running. Single page applications will have rich user experience. Okay, page reloads will not be available. And can you say Gmail is a single page application or Gmail is a multi-page application? Guys, can you tell me Gmail is a single page application or Gmail is a multi-page application? Gmail is a single page application or Gmail is a multi-page application? Let me show you that. Go to Gmail application. Now I opened my Gmail. Gmail application is opened. Currently I'm in the inbox. When I click on social, page reloading or page is not reloading. Guys, page is reloading or page is not reloading. Click on sent items. Click on drafts. Click on materials. Click on start. Click on inbox. Page loading or only content is loading. Page loading or content is loading. Only content is loading. So Gmail is a single page application or Gmail is a multi-page application. Gmail is a single page application or Gmail is a multi-page application. Gmail is a single page application, guys. Gmail is a single page application. Angular.io and www.gmail.com. These are the best examples to say single page applications. Very good. So with this, we understood what is single page application. Then next one. What is Angular? What is Angular? Angular is a client-side framework. Angular is a free and open source client-side framework which is used to develop front end of the application. Angular is a client-side framework. Angular is a client-side framework. Angular is used to develop front end of the application. Angular is used to develop front end part of the application. Angular is mainly used to develop single page applications. Angular is mainly Angular is mainly used to develop single page applications. Now, why we are learning Angular, guys? Can you tell me why we are learning Angular? Can you tell me now why we are learning Angular? Any idea, guys? Any idea why we are learning Angular? Angular is a client-side framework. Angular is used to develop front-end part of the application. Angular is mainly used to develop single-page applications. Angular is free and open source framework. Angular is free and open source framework. Angular developed by Google. Angular developed by which company, guys? Angular developed by Google company. Google company. Are you guys clear with this point? Using Angular supports multiple platforms. Angular supports multiple platforms. Angular supports multiple platforms. Angular supports multiple browsers. Angular having browser compatibility. Angular having browser compatibility. Angular supports both web and mobile applications. Angular supports both web and mobile support. Angular having web and mobile support. Now generally people will develop one website and they will develop one mobile application, but when you go for Angular you no need to do, only one thing is sufficient. Angular applications are having both web and mobile compatibility. Angular applications will have Angular applications will have both web and mobile compatibility. You no need to develop separate applications for web and separate application for mobile. Single application you can access in the web as well as in the mobile. Angular applications will have both mobile and web compatibility. Are you guys clear with this? What is Angular? Angular is a client-side framework. Why we are learning this Angular? By using Angular, we can develop front-end part of the application. What can be the backend? You can use anything for backend of your application. Backend can be Java, backend can be Note, backend can be Note, backend, backend can be Java or .NET or Python or PHP, Python or PHP or Node.js. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You can use any programming language to develop backend part of your application. Angular is front-end framework. Angular is a client-side framework. By using Angular, we are developing front-end part of the application. Your application backend can be anything. If you know the backend development and front-end development, then you are called as full stack developer. Nowadays, companies are asking full stack developers. That means you should know back-end development by using any one of this technology, and you should know front-end development. So by using Angular, what we are going to develop? Are we going to develop back-end of the application or front-end of the application by using Angular? Guys, tell me, Angular is a back-end framework or Angular is a front-end framework? Angular is a front-end framework. Angular is a client-side framework. Angular is used to develop front-end part of the application. Backend can be developed by using any programming language, Java, .NET, Python, PHP, Node.js. Angular can be integrated with any backend technology. Angular is mainly used to develop single-page applications. Single-page applications means we'll call it as a SPA. What is the advantage of going for single-page applications? Only first time the page will be loaded. From the second request onwards, only content will be loaded. Only content will be loaded. Page reloads will not be available when you go for Angular. Angular is free and open source framework. Angular is free and open source framework. Angular developed by which company? Angular developed by Google company. Angular supports multiple platforms, Windows, Linux. You can execute the Angular in any operating system. You can execute the Angular applications on any operating system. Angular supports multiple platforms. Angular having browser compatibility. Angular application can run in any browser. Angular application can run in any browser. Angular applications will have both web and mobile compatibility. Single application can be accessed in the web, in the browser, as well as in the mobile also. You no need to develop two separate applications for web and mobile. Single application can work in the web and mobile. So this is Angular. This is Angular. Are you clear with this? What is Angular now? Why we are learning this Angular? So I told you that if you already know some backend development, if you know some backend development, then if you learn this Angular, then can you say that you are a full stack developer? You already a Java or .NET or Python developers. If you learn this Angular, will it be advantage or it will not become any advantage for you? Will it become an advantage or it will not become an advantage for you? Definitely it will become an advantage for you. Why it will become an advantage? How it is going to help you? How this Angular will help you? How this Angular will help you? With the Angular, you can become a full stack developer. In the company, full stack developers are having lot of demand. Very good packages are providing for full stack developers. So that's why I told your backend skill can be anything. You need to know the front end development also nowadays. Then only you can get more jobs. Then only you will have more demand in the market. So nowadays companies are looking for a full stack developer. The developer should be able to do back end development as well as front end development. Back end development you can do by using any one of this, and front end you can develop by using Angular. Angular is a client side framework. By using Angular, we can develop only front end part of the application, not the back end. Angular is free and open source. Angular developed by Google company. Angular supports multiple platforms. Angular having browser compatibility. Angular applications will have both web and mobile compatibility. Both web and mobile compatibility. Angular framework developed by using TypeScript. Angular framework developed by whom? Google. Angular framework developed by using TypeScript. Angular framework developed by using TypeScript. Angular framework came into market from 2016, guys. Angular framework available in the market from 2016. Angular framework came into market in the year of 2016. From that time onwards, Angular is famous. The current version of the Angular is 13. The current version of Angular is 13. 13th version of the Angular is available in the market. Now, 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 Angular JS versus Angular. Angular JS versus Angular. Lot of people will have a confusion. Sir, some people are calling it as Angular JS. Some people are calling it as Angular. What is the difference between Angular JS and Angular? The very first thing that you need to understand, Angular JS and Angular both are not same. The very first thing that you guys should understand that is Angular JS and Angular both are not same. Angular JS and Angular framework, Angular JS and Angular framework both are not same. Angular JS developed by Google in the year of 2010. Angular JS developed by using Angular JS developed by Google in 2010. Angular JS developed by using JavaScript. Angular JS developed by using JavaScript. Angular JS 1.0, then Angular 1.6 stopped. Google company stopped. Angular JS having lot of performance issues. Angular JS having lot of performance issues. Google company identified the performance issues in the Angular JS, and they have rewritten complete Angular JS using TypeScript, that is called Angular framework. Google identified drawbacks in Angular JS. Google identified drawbacks of Angular JS, and they have rewritten complete framework. They have rewritten Angular JS completely. They have rewritten Angular JS completely using using TypeScript, using TypeScript. It is called as Angular framework. So now tell me, AngularJS and Angular both are same or both are not same? AngularJS and Angular both are same or both are not same, guys? Not same. Why they are not same? AngularJS developed by Google only. Angular and AngularJS both are developed by Google only. But the thing is, AngularJS developed by Google in 2010, in the year of 2010. AngularJS developed by using JavaScript. JavaScript. AngularJS released in the market in the year of 2010, 1.0, 1.3, 1.6. Later they stopped it. They did not continue the naming convention. AngularJS having a lot of performance issues. Applications become very slow. There are so many performance issues identified in the AngularJS. Google realized that अरे गलती हो गया, अरे भैया गलती हो गया, हमारा AngularJS is very slow. Lot of issues are available in the AngularJS. So we don't want to continue the AngularJS in the market. We are completely redesigning the Angular. We are completely rewriting the Angular. That's where Google identified drawbacks of the AngularJS and they have rewritten AngularJS completely using TypeScript and released into market in 2016 with the name as Angular 2, with a name as Angular 2, Angular 2. Now from Angular 2, from Angular 2 to from Angular 2 to Angular 13, same 13, developed using TypeScript, developed by using TypeScript. So Angular JS and Angular both are not same. So currently in the market, people are using Angular JS or people are using Angular. Can you tell me, guys? People are using Angular JS or people are using Angular in the market? People are using Angular. Angular and Angular framework both are same. Angular JS is different. Angular and Angular framework both are same. People will call Angular or Angular framework. Angular and Angular framework both are same. Both are same. But Angular JS and Angular framework both are not same. Angular JS and Angular framework both are not same. Angular JS developed by Google in 2010. JS developed using JavaScript. JS 1.0, 1.6. Later it stopped. No new releases. Angular JS having lot of performance issues. Google company identified drawbacks of Angular JS and they have rewritten Angular JS completely using TypeScript and released into market in 2016 with the name as Angular 2. Later on, some changes are happening to the Angular framework from version 2 and a new version coming into the market. The current version of the Angular is 13. The current version of the Angular is 13. Now from Angular 2 to Angular 13, minor changes you can see, but framework is same. Like our Java, like Java 1.8, Java 1.9, Java 11, Java 12, Java 13, Java 15, Java 18 is the latest in the market, right? Similarly, in the Angular also, some changes are happening for every release and that is coming into market. 2, 3, 4, like that. Currently, the latest version of the Angular is 13. Now, can you tell me JS and Angular both are same or both are different? JS and Angular, JS and Angular both are same or both are different? Angular JS and Angular both are same or both are different? Both are different. Both are different. Guys, you no need to write these notes. I'm already preparing the notes for you. I will share these notes with you. Let me show you. I have already prepared the notes also. For you people, I have already prepared the notes also, guys. You don't worry about it. Let me show you that class notes is already available for you. Angular notes I have prepared. Angular notes I have prepared. Oh my God, so much notes is available for this. Soft copy material I told you I will provide now. So everything, whatever I'm discussing in the class, everything I have noted down in the notes. Angular is a framework. Current version of Angular is 13. Angular building blocks, Angular details, how to set up the Angular in our machine, how to develop the projects by using Angular, how to use the TypeScript, how to download the IDE, how to develop the applications by using Angular packages, everything, almost 1,000 lines of nodes available for Angular, along with the code also. How to develop the Angular applications, this code is also available in the nodes. So this is for Angular. Similarly, for TypeScript also nodes is available. Similarly, for TypeScript also nodes is available. You see here, Angular.js is called as Angular 1, which is developed on JavaScript. Angular 2, Angular.js. Now you see these nodes. TypeScript nodes is also available for you. Completely, the nodes is available for TypeScript. Complete nodes available for TypeScript. Similarly, the nodes is available for JavaScript. Sorry, for Angular also nodes is available. Angular nodes available. Every point that I'm discussing in the class, everything is noted down. Soft copy material I will provide you. You no need to note down the notes. For TypeScript also, the notes is available very clearly. After this workshop is completed, by following these notes, you can develop the Angular applications on your own. By following, after completion of this workshop, you can go through these notes and you can develop our application. Gaurav is asking, please open the notes and show. Man, we are not here to cheat, man. When I'm telling some statement, that will be true. Okay. Now this is the notes for the TypeScript. Angular JS versus Angular, I have explained here. Then TypeScript installation and first example. What is a TypeScript here? The complete information, bullet points are available. How to install the TypeScript, download the Node.js, install the TypeScript, how to install the TypeScript, all the commands and examples, everything. How to create a first example by using TypeScript. Everything is already documented. This is what the soft copy material that I am going to provide. How to work with the functions, how to work with the functions in the TypeScript, functional parameters, optional parameters, default parameters, arrow functions, function overloading, and oops in the TypeScript, oops in the TypeScript, and how to create the TypeScript classes, how to create the objects, constructors in the TypeScript, constructors, inheritance, access modifiers in the TypeScript, access modifiers in the TypeScript, interfaces in the TypeScript, modules in the TypeScript, everything. Everything is already documented. Whatever we are going to learn in the course, everything is already documented. Soft copy notes is available. Coming to Angular notes, you see, Angular is a client-side framework developed by using TypeScript, single-page application, mobile and desktop, multiple browsers, free and open source. JS and Angular both are not same. From Angular 2 version onwards, it is called as Angular framework. The current version of Angular is 13. Angular building blocks, everything. How to install the Angular. Okay. Now, how to create a workspace folder in your file system, and Angular packages, and how to develop the Angular projects. What is a component? What is a template? What is a component? What is a template? And here, next concept, working with the components, notes for the components, commands to create the components. And next one, data bindings in the Angular, interpolation, property binding, event binding, two-way binding, interpolation. All right, developing Angular application with the two-way data binding. Steps I have given, code also I have given here. Steps I have given, code also I have given. Is it sufficient to become an Angular developer? After attending this workshop, can you become an Angular developer by following this document? Can you practice it? I spent almost 10 days to prepare this material, because as it is a workshop, typing everything is not possible in the class. That's why ready-made notes prepared for you people. Angular application with the registration form, how to develop a Angular project with registration form, and what is a DOM, and what is a directive in the Angular, what is a directive in the Angular, syntax, directives, services will be available, services will be available. Okay? Forms development will be available, form validations will be available, searching and sorting techniques are available in the Angular. Searching and sorting techniques will be available in the Angular. Next one, services in the Angular. To write the business logic in Angular, we'll go for services. We'll go for services in the Angular. How to create a service, how to make the backend API calls. Now, next one, pipes in the Angular. Pipes are used to transform the data from one format to another format. Pipes concept is available. Forms and form validations available. Forms can be developed in two ways: reactive forms and template driven forms. When to go for which one? Template driven form and reactive form. Code is also there. Everything is ready made, guys. Everything is ready made. Just attend the workshop, take this material, practice this for 1 week of time, then keep Angular in your resume. Then keep your resume as a full stack developer. Keep your resume as a full stack developer. How to install Bootstrap in the Angular to develop the beautiful UI. Bootstrap also I have given. Routing is also available. How to develop the application with the routing. Routing concept is available. How to do the routing with proper examples I have given. Spring Boot with Angular integration I have given. Spring Boot with Angular integration I have given. Ajax also I have given. What is Ajax? How to work with Ajax? HTTP requests. How to make the backend API calls. How to make the backend API calls. HTTP client examples. HTTP client examples. Everything is there. Post request, get request examples. Post request, get request examples will be available. Mini project is not available here. The reason mini project, that means that we need to develop in the class. The mini project we are going to develop in the class, that is not there in the material. Completed TypeScript thing, Angular concepts are available in the material. Project we are going to develop in the class. Project means we have to develop and we have to learn. No material for the project. Mini project we are going to develop. Now tell me, do you need to maintain a running notes? Now tell me, do you need to maintain your running notes? Come on, guys. So what you need to do for this workshop? What you need to do for this workshop? You just focus on the class and you understand what I'm explaining. After the class is completed, I will give the video, I will give the notes. Is that not sufficient for you, sir? Class video and class notes. Can you practice it? Huh. This 20 hours is really quality time that you are going to spend. This 20 hours is really quality time that we are going to spend. After 20 hours of this class, you can keep Angular in the resume, TypeScript Angular in the resume. You can become a full stack developer because you are already know something in the background, backend development. Some people from Java background, some people from .NET background, some people from Python background. You people can learn this Angular now and you can develop the front end part of your application and you can become a full stack developer. Okay. Are you clear with this? Are you clear with this? Very good. So with this, what we understood traditional page lifecycle. We understood traditional page lifecycle. Traditional page lifecycle. Sir, these are not the recorded videos. These are the live classes. You can see my time here, my timestamp. These are the live classes. These are not the recorded videos, live classes. We discussed as of now what is traditional page lifecycle. Traditional page lifecycle. What is web application? We discussed about what is web application. What is single page application? What is single page application? We discussed what is multi-page application. What is single page application and what is multi-page application? Single page application versus multi-page application. What is Angular? What is Angular framework? Angular JS versus Angular. Angular JS versus Angular. These are the topics I have explained as of now. All of you comfortable with these topics? Traditional page lifecycle and what is web application? What is single page application? What is multi-page application? Single page application versus multi-page application. What is Angular framework? Angular JS versus Angular.